7 o'clock, we stand for the pledge. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, public comment? Is there any public comment? Please state your name and address for the record.
Paul Roy, 80 Washington Avenue, Seymour, Chairman of the Seymour High School Sports Hall of Fame Committee. Okay, I just stopped by tonight to let you know the people that were elected to the Hall of Fame. The induction ceremony will be October 25th. Same venue at the Oak Lane Country Club in Woodbridge, 2 o'clock. It's Sunday afternoon, so 2 o'clock. This year, we are inducting John Master Battisto from the class of 1960, football, basketball, and baseball. John also was an All-American football player, got chosen to play in an All-Star game in Oklahoma. It's not something that they do anymore, but back in 1960, John was invited to play in that game. Next is John Crott from the class of 1965, football, basketball, and baseball. John was a couple years ahead of me in high school, one of the fastest running backs I've ever seen in my life. Very good basketball player, got mostly fast break points because he was so quick, and a good baseball player. Steve Cochran. Steve is a classmate of mine. Steve was probably the toughest guy you'd want to play against in any sport. In one basketball game, he actually got 31 rebounds and scored 22 points. And I know that's a fact because I was a scorekeeper. Okay, and then Jim Sly. The late Jim Sly. Jim passed away a couple years ago. For football, basketball, and baseball, very good baseball player. Jim was a very good hitter. Paul Haynes from the class of 1976, football. One of the premier running backs in the state of Connecticut the year he graduated from high school, the year he played football, I'm sorry. The late Ryan Olszewski. Ryan Olszewski, a very good quarterback and all-state person, played football in college for University of New Haven. And next would be John Murphy. John Murphy for baseball and basketball. John Murphy was considered one of the best baseball players to come out of Seymour High School. He was drafted by the New York Yankees, played in their farm system for a couple of years. One of my nephews played college ball with him at Sacred Heart University, and they said as soon as he stepped on the field, all the players knew that he was going to be drafted by the pros. He was that good. And the next is Katie Petrosky, class of 2015 for softball, indoor track. Very good hitter and fielder for the Lady Wildcats. So I'm going to give everyone a copy of this. The other thing that we have is outstanding contribution. Dennis DeBarber. He was a coach and an assistant, volunteer assistant coach as well. And he did an awful lot. He was a part of the what they call the chain gang, running the yard markers up and down the field. And very, very well liked man. He passed away a couple years ago as well. We're also going to honor, we decided we're going to try to honor some of the teams in Seymour High School sports history that were outstanding. So this is the first time we're doing it. We're going to honor the 1969 football team as the one of the outstanding teams. If you remember, some of you may remember, that was the year that Mark Allen and Dennis Rosen played. Okay. Also being honored, or being recognized anyway, will be Joe Carafiello, Kenzie Sarowich for being elected to the New Haven Basketball Hall of Fame as players, and Eric DeMarco as a coach is also being was honored. So we will be honoring those folks as well. That's all I got. If anybody's got any questions, I gave Steve the press release. He'll get it up on Facebook for me. There will be tickets available at Town Hall. In about a week, I'll drop them off, Steve. And you can contact me if you need tickets as well. So I hope to see some of you folks there. Thanks.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Is there any other public comment? Any other public comment going twice?
Good evening. My name is Mike Rankwith, 28 Woodside Avenue. This has to do with the Prospect Street discussion. I just wanted to start with a couple comments before I get into reading a little bit of a summary, if you will. Just want to start with a few comments and facts before I summarize this. As I said, you know, you read a lot in the Valley Independent. You know, there's a lot of comments pro, against, not too many pro, quite honestly. But what I did notice is, and I gotta call out Scott over here, some of the comments where he said that, you know, stating that some decisions made are extremely hard and not always popular with the majority of the residents. And that's a true statement. And I know you got a tough job up there. You get a lot of people like me coming up here and bombarding you, and you can't please one. It's you know, what's probably best. So I appreciate the honesty. So, you know, to that comment, Scott, I agree with you. You know, but also, it's most importantly, I do hold the town members, the board, if you will, to the highest of standards, because you're leading the town. So sometimes I'm a stickler. Maybe I'm a proofreader, or maybe I'm attention to detail, and I'm a little bit deeper than that, and I'm pretty good at that. And I want to bring up a couple points. Well, regardless of the outcome, it's the decision of the board. Okay. So many months ago, I stood in front of this board, minus Scott. You weren't a member of this board at the time, and I reminded the board that after the entire meeting, how strange it was that we kept calling it Prospect Avenue. Prospect Avenue off of Pearl Street. You might have want to go back in the record books. At the time, I was mentioning recordings and the times, and if you didn't trust me, you could have went back to the tapes and saw all that. The entire board couldn't get that right. And I says, it's Prospect Street. I may not give a darn about Prospect Avenue. Maybe the people near Prospect Avenue today were thanking me, because they're not probably going to get a development in their neighborhood. But jokingly, you see that attention to detail is what I brought up. I'll sit there like, I don't get it. No one's, you know, just taking it for granted, if you will, right? So, I call that's water under the bridge. Ever since that, everybody's gotten it right. It's Prospect Street, so I appreciate that. Guess we learned our lesson. We know what we're talking about now. But with the statement I mentioned earlier, attention to detail, just follow the rules and how we go about this and how the decision ends up being, okay? In Connecticut, municipalities must follow specific rules to solicit sealed bids for selling town property, including providing public notice and adhering to competitive bidding requirements as established by local ordinances and state statutes. For public notice, municipalities are required to provide notice of the planned sale in a manner that maximizes public participation. The Valley Independent, having an article, in my mind, does not include the municipality reaching out and maximizing their effort to get the public notice out there. Others may say, well, that's how we do it nowadays. That's not maximized. There may be other forms of public notice. We don't have newspapers like we did in the past, like the Waterbury Republican and New Haven Register. That used to be the public notice up and down, and I understand that part, but we're into the digital age. Facebook is all over the place, good and bad. I don't really see that. All I just saw is the update for the meetings here and what the board decided to do, put it out for bid. I'm not sure that's maximized, in my opinion. There may be other forms that have been utilized. So I would ask if neighbor A, me, was I notified? Did I get a call that there's going to be a sale for Prospect Avenue, or were you gonna leave it upon me to see what the outcome of this meeting? Should I have attended this meeting, which I did, and I knew what it was? What about neighbor B? If they didn't know, how were they supposed to know? If they weren't here? Did I get a call? Did the local neighbors get a call? Because it said in the thing, first crack at it, band together. It's not how it works. Public notice. I'd ask one other question. The developer. How does the developer know? Public notice? Or did they get a phone call? I'd like to know that. And maybe I know that. So I question, what is public notice? And if I'm not getting a call, or the local neighbors are not getting a call, and the developer is getting a call, would you think something is wrong with maximizing your effort to go out for bids? So in closing, as I said, my name's Mike Ranker, 28 Woodside Avenue. I am here alongside my neighbors to formally state an absolute opposition to the sale and possible development of 100 Prospect Street. While we understand the town has opened the property for public request to bid, we urge this board to reject any incoming bids from commercial developers. Developing this land poses critical, irreversible threats to local environment, our public infrastructure, and our family's health and safety. Clearing the natural vegetation and replacing with imperative surfaces or commercial racking systems will cascade uncontrolled stormwater runoff directly down into surrounding properties, as we said earlier, Prospect Street, Woodside Avenue, Swan Avenue, and reach into Oxford. Woodside Avenue, as we all know, experienced a flood August 18 of 2024. If you were there, the water was coming down the mountain like a waterfall. Homes flooded in both Seymour and Oxford sections. Neighbors helped neighbors, whether it was rescuing personal property from the rising floodwaters or just helping to secure it. No matter how much we have pleaded with this board, we are still living with that flood, a pond full of garbage as we state today. Today was another reminder, a few inches of rain, and how high it rose, and the garbage that is going down the river right now. If a developer triggers erosion, sending it over the ledge and resulting in sediment will destroy what's left of the pond's fragile ecology and cause severe regional drainage issues. First Selectwoman Dragonis and Selectwoman Gerard have publicly noted that neighbors have the option to organize and bid. But the town shouldn't force its own residents to buy back public land just to prevent an environmental hazard. This land is landlocked, ecologically sensitive, and serves as a vital natural buffer for our residential neighborhoods. We ask this board to prioritize the health of our aquifer, the safety of our homes from runoff, and the voices of the citizens who elected you. Please reject commercial development bids on 100 Prospect Street and preserve this land as protected open space. Little side note, knowing that my sister has submitted a bid as a local homeowner, very excited, not sure where that bidding process ends up, but I would love to see it win for her. So, thanks for your time.
Thank you. Okay, is there any other public comment? Name and address for the
I'm
record.
Teresa Conroy, 177 Scotgrass Street. I'm just here to remind that I haven't seen publicity go out yet for the Frank and Ann Conroy Outstanding Community Service Award and the Roberta M. King Excellence in Government Award. We give that at the Pumpkin Festival, so we're only 2 months away from this. So if you can try to get some publicity out there so we can get some applications in, so the awards committee can do something next month.
We were just talking about that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
Any other public comment? Absolutely.
This will be quick. I forgot about this. Paul Roy, 80 Washington Avenue. Just quick observation. As many of you know, I do walk early in the morning. And I did notice with this, what's going on with the train station and all that. If you remember back when McGanny built his building over on Columbus, all the workers that he had to park in the parking lot down by Trestle Tavern. As a suggestion, the former Seymour lumber site has been used as staging area. I think someone should approach the railroad to tell their folks to park over there, and let them walk across the bridge over to where they have to work. I mean, I know, and I'm sure you get complaints, because parking is tight downtown. Even if it's only a half a dozen workers, it makes a big difference. Just an observation, maybe a suggestion.
Thank you, Paul. We did have a meeting of the minds this morning over that, and we did tell the workers to park elsewhere. But I will use Seymour lumber. Thank you. Any other public comment? Public comment going twice. Public comment going 3 times. Okay, we'll close public comment. Okay, can I have approval of the minutes from the regular meeting, June 18th, 2026?
Make a motion to approve the minutes from June 18th, 2026.
Motion by Trish,
Second.
second by Scott. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Noes? Abstentions?
Abstain.
Motion carries, there's 7 of us. Motion carries 6-0-1, please. No, there's 5 of us.
6 of us.
5 of us. 6 of us. 5 yes,
0 no.
0 no's, 1 1 abstain. Thank you. God almighty.
That new math.
It's that new math, right. Okay, on to appointments. That new math is killing me. Okay. POCD is the Planning of Conservation and Development, Planning of Conservation Steering Committee. John Lombardo replacing nobody. These are all new appointments to have these members sit on our Plan of Conservation and Development. This is a plan that we do every 10 years, and this committee will help guide and help write our Plan of Conservation along with our NBCOG, Naugatuck Valley Council of Government. It's basically the footprint of the town, how the town is going to grow. Okay, John Lombardo,
Motion to appoint John Lombardo.
Scott,
Second.
second by Trish. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Phil Willamy, motion by Trish,
Second.
second by Brianna. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Noes? Abstentions? Okay, chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Kevin Atterbury,
I'll make a motion.
motion by Bree,
Second.
second by Phil. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries. Vicky Bamba Lewandowski,
So moved.
motion by Al,
Second.
second by Bree. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Megan Altamar,
So moved.
motion by Trish,
Second.
second by Al. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Andy North,
So moved.
motion by Trish,
Second.
second by Bree. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carried. Jack Drakowski,
So moved.
motion by Scott,
Second.
second by Trish. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Teresa Conroy? Oh,
So moved.
chair votes, so moved. Motion carries 6-0, sorry. Teresa Conroy?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Trish, second by Bree. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0. Thank you. And the awards committee, we thought we had to add somebody, but we do not, because Brianna's on it, and they will meet hopefully within the coming, maybe before our next meeting, because we don't have a meeting until August. So if we can get them, August, the third week in August, so maybe if you guys can meet before then.
Who's, so it's myself.
Yourself, Al, and Tricia are on the awards committee.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Tax refunds and abatements? You'll see in your file, from Christina Swanson, the tax refunds and abatements. Please look it over to see if there's no conflicts.
Make a motion to approve as presented.
Motion by Trish,
Second.
second by Al. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Thank you. Correspondence in your packet, you will see a letter, correspondence, from Matt Alterio. Mr. Alterio, we also sent this to the Seymour Town Clerk. I'll read it into the file. He's the owner and operator of Alterio Tractor Pulling LLC, DBA Alterio Hay and Livestock, and I'm reading this in his form. I'm on a farm on 63 Tibbetts Road in Seymour. I acquired blight-ridden farm in danger of foreclosure for back taxes at the age of 18 on a handshake for paying off back taxes with the promise to let John Haynes and his wife Jane live out their days on the farm in the home they loved and the land they grew up on. In less than 72 hours, the taxes were paid and they signed over their farm to me. No lifetime use, nothing on the deed, just a handshake, and the trust that an 18-year-old kid, fresh out of high school, would keep them in their home. That was 18 years ago. Tax has always been paid on time, improvements have been made, and the blight is gone. John Haynes has since passed away, and his wife Jane still resides in the home to this day without worry about paying taxes, having a roof over her head, repair bills, or heating the home. I am now 36 years old. I have half my life dedicated and invested in this property. I am now a father to an 11-month-old daughter, and I am planning for my family. I want to provide her with the privilege I had as a child, land to run freely and share my love for farming built on family values and integrity. I have a vision of what I want to do with the farm. I want to make 63 Tibbetts Road a farm homestead. In other words, I would like to call my farm home, owner occupied. I plan to rehabilitate the farm. I have the knowledge, experience, equipment, and the means to do so. I am a third-generation contractor with 2 of those generations from Seymour. I do need to utilize the land department. I have been in contact with Mike Morgansky. I was advised to write a letter to the board with my proposal that can benefit both the town and my farm, all while keeping the rural nature of the area, which is my goal. The property borders Little Laurel Lime Park. This proposal is for agricultural purposes only. I want to purchase the paper road behind my property, the entire width, the portion between Tibbetts and Lantern Drive, to be strictly used for agricultural purposes, not for agritourism. Buying the portion all the way to Lantern Drive would benefit the farm when I need to access the back pasture. If I need, we would have access at Lantern Drive and will not have to cross the watercourse with a tractor or cattle trailer. If the portion to Lantern Drive is not feasible, I would still like to purchase a strip of land the entire width of the paper road from Tibbetts to the back side of my property. That is approximately 35 to 50 feet wide. This will square off my lower paddock. I will install a squared-off split rail fence. I already have the materials to accomplish this. This proposal will benefit the town by bringing land back on the tax roll and extra funds into the town's coffers through the proposed sale, while rehabilitating what remains a long-standing farm. It will bring value to the neighborhood. I will invest the money in my land, house, and barn. I'm asking the Board of Select Persons to send this proposal to the Land Use Department so I can sit down with them and show them exactly what I want to accomplish with my land and the proposed sale of the area along Paper Road. Then they can send it to you with their recommendations. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to contact me. I don't want to say his number out loud, it's on the paper. I have scaled maps already drawn out by an engineer. Thank you in advance for the consideration, Matthew Alterio. So, that came under correspondence. Attorney Leclerc, do we send this, do I need a motion to send this to the land department, or do I just notify the land use that somebody is looking to purchase the property? Okay, so we don't need a motion on that. Okay, great, thank you. We'll notify the land. Okay, number 8, bid opening, sale of real property, 100 Prospect Street, Seymour, Connecticut, 06483. We don't go into an execution, so we'll open the bid. Yeah. Feels like almost like the Emmys. You're opening the winner. No, just joking. So this bid came in today, 7/21/26 at 11:04. July 21st, Kurt Miller, CAO, Town of Seymour. Do I read the bids out loud?
Just the name of the bidder and the dollar amount.
Thank you. The bidder is Joanne Capiello. The amount purchase price is $5,000. There's a bank letter enclosed. Okay? The next one. I think they use glue. Prestige Builders, proposed price is $50,000. Okay. Okay, so those are the bids. Putting them back in their original bids packet. Okay. So that was the bid opening, now the bid opening is done. Correct. Now we'll go on to item number 9, discussion and possible action on authorizing resolution with the State of Connecticut Bond Commission on the awarding of $1,600,000 to the town of Seymour for the sewer line expansion on Derby Avenue. Trish, do you want to read the?
Sure. Resolved that the town of Seymour may enter into and with and deliver to the State of Connecticut Department of Energy Environmental Protection any and all documents which it deems to be necessary or appropriate for a grant of $1,600,000 for the sewer line extension on Derby Avenue in Seymour, Connecticut. And be it further resolved that Anne Marie Dragonis, as first selectwoman of the town of Seymour, is authorized and directed to execute and deliver any and all documents on behalf of the town of Seymour and to do and perform all acts and things which she deems to be necessary or appropriate to carry out the terms of such documents.
Okay. Motion by Trish,
Second.
second by Scott, discussion.
None.
All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Okay. Discussion and possible action regarding microboard processing tax incentive application. Okay. In your packet, you have the microboard processing investment and economic development. We need a motion. This is a $3 million and per our tax incentive program, which I just had that sheet here. Because they have invested over $3 million, it's E of the thing. If investment is $3 million or greater, the property tax abatement level established by the Board of Selectmen shall be no less than 60% of such investment and no greater than 100%, and the abatement timeframe shall be no less than 5 years, no greater than 7 years. So it's this board's discussion for this board is to go through and see how much of a percentage we want to give to microboard and for how many years. Remember, no less than 5, no greater than 7, no less than 60%, no greater than 100%. You know, you guys have had the paperwork. Do you have any ideas? Kurt, did you make us a cheat sheet?
I did make a cheat sheet, but I forgot to transfer it over to all of you, so I will read it to you.
Okay.
So the 3.7 million translates to roughly $2,590,000 of taxable value. That's the 70% value.
200 and,
$2,590,000. At the current mill rates, if you were to give 100% incentive, it would have a value of $74,177.60. And it's roughly $7,400 less, dropping all the way down to 60% at $44,506. So to your comments, Madam First Selectwoman, the board would need to decide on a length of term of the incentive and then also a percentage
So is that
of
yearly?
that. That would be yearly, correct. Now, again, none of this is on the tax rolls as of yet. So it's not a loss of tax revenue, it's just less that we will receive in the initial stages of whatever time frame you choose.
How much time do we have to do that?
I'm sorry?
How much time do we have to do to come up with the length of term and the amount?
We're hoping to do that
tonight.
Well,
All of this will go on the tax rolls for October 1st. So I would assume if you did it tonight or in August,
it wouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter, no.
Because, okay, I'm sorry, but I had to wrap my head around, like, you know, a starting point would be how we made that decision in the past for other, situations like this, and, so
listening.
you're saying 60 to 100, I don't know where to, okay, 63 and a half. You know what I mean? I don't know where,
What if some other, like,
I don't think we've ever given 100, because we're just open for discussion now, so I don't believe we ever gave 100%.
I think the only time we've given 100 are on major buildings.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the basement system buildings, those have always been 100. And those were generally 100% for 7 years, but you're talking 30, 40, $50 million buildings that have been put up there. For equipment, it's generally in that 75% range, is generally where it's always been. So that's
so
why
do you
it,
have do you have the yearly for 75? I know we want 60 to give it like an estimate for what that would look like.
that would be 55,000, give or take.
In that range, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And there is the clawback that if they move out, they have to pay all that back.
That is correct. If they
They go-
decide to move, correct.
A lot of this is subjective, because it's kind of like, how long have they been in town? How long are they stating, are we believing they're going to be in town? What other investments are gonna be made? So it's not really a key to go by, just some guidelines, taking everything into consideration.
well, that's an absolutely good one.
I'd say, they've been here as long as I can remember, and they're
1992?
stating that they're committing to a long economic future. Their investment has been 3.7 million, which is a little closer to 4, so I would support 75% tax abatement
For how long?
Just not knowing where the economy is going. I'm very open for discussion. I'd say 75% for 5 years.
5?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking as well.
So would it be safe to say if they were here in front of us today, they would say, I would hope it would be, their wish would be 100% for infinity?
Well, no, it's
Right?
up
For
to 7.
I think-
They can only go up to 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, to the 7-year max, right?
I think Nicole's wish, Nicole Russo, the owner, would be, yes, the full benefit, but I think she will be extremely happy with whatever the board provides them with. They were, Emery went up to do the first selectman went up to do a visit, introduced the tax incentive. She was very pleased to hear about that, and I think it's something that's going to encourage her to reinvest more. They're heavily recruited to go elsewhere. Because it's a defense industry, they would like to be closer to the West Coast. She was actually looking at some sites in Texas and Arizona. She really wants to stay in Seymour, so little things like this, as small as it may be to a company this size, actually goes a long way to them. So I think she'll be very appreciative of whatever you guys decide.
And if she leaves before the term limit, they have to pay back the,
There would be a clawback provision,
Okay.
correct?
Oh,
and
well,
we can't visit, so there's an incentive for her to go to the West Coast. How much does this tax abatement and term push the incentive to go to the West Coast? A great deal, somewhat, because I would think that if she has that incentive, or they have that incentive, excuse me, that maybe we should visit it more than on every 5 years, or is this a one-time deal?
Yes.
And then it would be
One-time
all
deal.
done-
unless
be
she
all
comes
done?
to do another and puts more money into the company or
And then
builds
she
a new
does it-
building, she
okay,
can do it
okay,
again,
all
yeah.
right.
But I'd be open to discussing 7 years if that's,
Would it be worthwhile, we know, things are tough right now, in general, right? Would it be worthwhile maybe bringing that percentage down, but extending it for a few more years to the 7? Because that obviously, then we would hope that they would stay for the 7, right? They get the tax abatement for 2 more additional years, but at a lower percentage.
So I-
year over year.
70% for 7
Well,
years.
I was thinking, in my head, I was thinking 65 for 7 years.
Can we,
something along those lines where we incentivize them to stay,
can you,
but,
go ahead.
yeah. We know things are hard right now across the board for everyone, so.
Yeah,
Well, this isn't money that we're collecting right now, so.
But we could be.
but we could be.
You're right. I'm just saying we won't lose. It's not that we're losing.
Can we set it up where the percentage goes up the more years that they stay? Like, can we start off year one at 65? And,
I honestly don't know the answer to that. I'd have to,
It's set,
See if that can be
the
but
way
it would
that
be like an incentive.
I would say no, because the way it's set up is to give them a percentage and a length, and the
Right.
incentive to stay is
That's
they
predictable.
don't have to pay it back if they leave.
Well, Phil's saying more
Because-
like stagger it and scaffold it.
Right.
Yeah.
If we staggered
it's
it,
never been asked.
like ramp up to
never been asked.
75%.
That's a
Yeah.
fair question.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, Phil.
Never- It's
I'm
never,
sorry, would you say that again?
I-
Was it a good idea?
I've always said you have good ideas.
I
Yeah,
don't think
I-
that's the way it's written, but
But is this something we could look at? I mean, if we have another couple of weeks before we have to make a decision, right? We gotta make a decision.
Brian, would that be an issue to scaffold it the way Phil's got
You know, where it's gonna go higher than lower? Or just explain exactly what your scaffolding is again, so I'm clear on this.
So let's say we do 65% for 7 years.
Correct?
And I would have to crunch the numbers or leave it to the professionals to crunch the numbers. But if we did an incentive where it ramps up and gives an incentive to stay longer, right?
5% each year.
Instead of-
5%
instead of
each year,
it's
60.
70, 75, 80, 85.
There's nothing prohibiting that in your policy.
Yeah. He's saying like, we'll go up in
It's
percentage.
unusual, usually it's done the other way, but
It's a good idea.
as a
but
business
something
that does
we
a
can look at
development,
as a
that
tax
pays in
incentive.
its ability to pay taxes
I think it's,
with this
you know,
new business segment.
this way we don't jump all the way into the water without knowing, and
Well-
it works towards an incentive that we want them to stay.
Well,
the
there is a
full-
clawback though, so if they were to leave, we would,
Yeah, that's.
yeah,
we
I don't see
understand
it as an
But there's,
incentive.
but what I'm hearing is there's,
So it's typically done the other way, because you've got someone who's doing a big addition or a big facility, you wanna try to reduce their taxes at the beginning. As they start to ramp up, get production going, and start making money using that new space, that's why it's typically done the other way.
So maybe to your ramp up, right, is you take 65
and go down.
and go down,
Sure.
65, 60, 55.
but there's a minimum though, right?
you can't go
We
below,
say
you
there's
can't
a-
go below
yeah.
60.
Can't get below 60. All
Start
right.
on 60.
Start at 80.
If I could add one other thing, there,
And go 5.
one of the things that Nicole did mention was something like this gives her the ability to add additional staff. Or give the staff that she has more money, because again, she had budgeted to pay this full amount, now she doesn't have to pay it. That's either something she'll give to her current staff, hire additional people, or
Yeah.
invest more. So I think to the point you're, particularly that Bree's making, is that the more money that she has, the more she's going to do with in a positive
I understand.
fashion that would benefit the town.
Oh, this is what I'll just put forth. First year is 80%. Second year is 75, third year is 70, fourth year is 65, fifth year is 60. Go ahead, Bree. I mean, that's.
That's how you would get it in 5%.
That complies.
Yeah.
Going to the,
I'm interested to see what that breakdown would look like,
Hold on a second.
because it makes sense.
75 to,
I see
75,
that.
70,
it.
65, 60.
You'd
It'll have to
start-
be
you'd
60
you'd
at
have to
the
start with
end.
80.
Hold on a
Seven,
second.
year 7 has to be 60. 85, 75, 70, 65, 60. So you have to do each one and then add it up. Where would it be if it was 75 or 65 for the?
I'm
Right,
just
so
curious,
s-
because we may net out almost the same.
75 would be $55,633.20. I couldn't project the additional years without knowing the mill rate, so I'd have to make assumptions.
Because it may change.
The
right?
mill rate, yeah, the mill rate will change, so then the amount of taxes will change.
Well, what's 80%? That was the starting point.
$59,342.08.
So call it 59.
Again, each 0.5% is about 3,500 up or down.
I'd rather go somewhere in the middle and give her the max. I understand what you're trying to do, but to me,
I'm
this
just
is
throwing it out
opening
there.
up something that's going to complicate the tax incentive plan for, and also how we evaluate companies coming in who are looking for a tax incentive. So I'm not against the idea of it, but I just think for simplicity purposes, I'd almost rather give her 75% or 70% for the full 7 years than tear down like that. Because and it's also because we don't know what the future mill rates are going to be. And so we can't really forecast what that looks like. So we're a little bit guessing in the wind. With an idea, I understand, but.
I think Anne Marie brought up 65 at 7, and that feels to me, if we were talking 75 for 5, extending that and hoping that they stay those 7 years.
I don't think the company's gonna invest almost $4 million.
Yeah, it looks like she
into a
wants to
company that
stay.
goes
Yes.
No, I know, but it's.
Yeah.
I think
But I hear
it's
what you're saying.
it's an insurance policy. Like,
It's additional incentive towards.
yeah,
health incentive
absolutely.
policy.
Right, but it also gives her the opportunity to grow. I mean, it gives us what we need, and that's growing our grand list, but that also gives her the comfort level of being able to invest in her employees as well.
And
For a
there-
longer period of time, right? She's now that extends that 7 years. While acknowledging that obviously we know taxes are on the top of everyone's mind, so.
And they're very good corporate citizens, too.
Yeah, I think.
Very good.
Yeah, I would be fine with 65% for 7 years over 70
That's-
for
that-
5. I think that's
I
fair.
agree. I think that's a fair.
And I'm not trying to negate what you're trying to do.
No, I
just
understand
think
that. I'm only saying because I get nervous that I don't, something this important, I don't have a good understanding 100% like in my head before I make a major decision.
But there's,
Well, as
like we
we're
said,
going
there's a
through-
clawback.
Huh?
So there's a clawback.
So-
So
Right,
What-
we have that, our
there's
safety
no
valve.
concern.
So would you feel more comfortable if we could get a breakdown of what you're proposing versus the 65 for 7 versus the 75 for 5?
But and remember, that might change depending on how you. know
Ish,
it.
right? It would be
Yes.
like
Yeah, give or take.
a swag.
Right, if it's a
I-
big,
2, 3.
Yeah, I
Go
can
ahead.
make some estimates and carry something
Yeah,
out for
yeah,
5
that way you
years.
have something a little bit.
Yeah,
And
it's gonna be an
postpone for next
estimate,
meeting?
but it's,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see, if it just needs to hit the tax rolls by October,
I just want us to also keep in mind for simplicity, we have to remember other companies are gonna come forward for incentives at some point. So I don't wanna overcomplicate how we have to look at this. Cause I know we can't always do the same thing for every company, even being equal, because it depends on the year.
Size.
Yeah, yeah.
It depends on a lot of things.
Size.
So but I know that we're always interested in looking at history just to get an idea. So I don't wanna complicate it by these
like it would be a
overcomplex
precedent that we would.
Yeah.
it
I
may make
agree
things
with you
complicated.
totally, but I still feel a little bit of responsibility to ask the questions even if, and to get a good understanding
Sure.
for the best for everybody, so.
That's a great idea, though.
Yeah, nobody's not.
That was a great.
Yeah, no, I understand, I'm not worried about, I'm just acknowledging, the sentiment that Tricia's put out about simplicity, and I think that's very important, and I agree with you, because, hopefully this won't be the last application of its kind, and it benefit everything. So, what do we say to,
I have one question before you make a motion or anything.
I'm not gonna make a motion.
Okay.
Yeah, you're safe.
Is this, year one is, let's just say 70% at $3.7 million. Year 2 through 7, does depreciation of equipment come into play, or is it still based off that $3.7 million for the entire length?
it'd be based on the equipment,
Yeah.
so how it's valued.
So, so yes, depreciation?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Yep, the
So
value
if
is-
there's
it could be even
depreciation,
less.
so if there's depreciation, then starting low, going high would be better. Cause you
Well,
get more tax abatement, and your equipment's is worth less.
but that can hurt,
Flip-flop it.
that can hurt the town.
Flip-flop it.
You want it
right.
higher in the beginning.
Higher in the beginning.
And lower at
go
the- at the
lower
end.
toward the
It's
end.
also time value of money.
Okay,
You gotta get
right,
your
right,
money
okay.
up front
Alright.
faster.
I'm still not for it, but I appreciate the sentiment.
So I think, Phil,
Can we look at some numbers? and
yeah,
then
that's what I
maybe
was
put
saying. And
this
can
on
we,
the
and
agenda?
can you just bring a couple of examples of what we've done in the past for next meeting and then in the packet? just so we can make.
But we'll
the-
make our decision in August.
We'll make our decision, yeah, I think we know just where we'll land.
So just to be clear, I have 7 for 65, I have 5 for 75. 5 years and 75%, 7 years, 65%. What are the other things you want to look at?
Can you
What
do it quick
what
as
was
you prorate
Al
it?
had?
Yeah, Al, can you give the
Al,
prorate?
read off
80,
yours?
Oh, the one that-
75, 70, 65, yeah, right?
Yeah, it was,
80
it
down
was a
to
5-year
60.
hypothetical.
That was 5 years.
In year one, it would be 80, year two would be 75, year three would be 70, year four would be 65, and year five would be 60.
So if you push it
I
out.
believe that was your hypothetical.
Right, right, but if you push it out to 7 years, 2 of the years could be the same, you know, you could have
You
2
could,
years at
yes.
X, 2, you know what I mean, if you
You
could
could
make
do
a
5,
model like
6,
that.
7
could.
at 60.
Well,
You could.
You could do 5, 6, 7
That's what
at,
he's saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
at 60.
Yep, you do the last 3 years.
So-
60.
All 60 for the last 3 years.
3 years, yeah,
He wants to push it to 7.
just so we can sit, like,
we
make-
push it out to the 7.
understanding it's a swag too, because the mill rate will change.
Because I'm going to have to put in an estimate of the mill rate and then some type of depreciation.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine, just an estimate is fine.
Guesstimate.
Yeah.
I'll just ballpark it. Yep.
Yep,
Groovy,
awesome, groovy.
greatly
Groovy.
appreciated.
Thank you.
Happy to do it, Phil.
Where'd my,
Snort,
where did my agenda
Snort.
go? You did?
I did it on purpose,
Okay, sorry.
not by
Just,
accident.
all right,
I'm not
so
my
that's
mother.
number 11, so there's no discussion, so we're gonna table that until August. So can I have a motion to table the micro board processing tax incentive application?
Wanted to a date certain, the date certain being August, if that makes it good.
Sure,
Yes.
let's postpone it to the August,
Yeah, what is the date of that meeting? We should probably put that on the record.
18th, I think.
Just to be safe.
It's the third Tuesday, right? The 18th.
18th?
Make a motion to table microboard processing tax incentive plan until August 18th meeting.
Seconded.
discussion? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0. Thank you guys, we'll do this in August. Okay, discussion with the finance director, Jason Vieira, and IT director, Rob Dyer, who's not here, with possible action regarding the potential of town-owned cell tower.
Good evening, everybody. As I mentioned last month, the town was approached by a major cell phone provider regarding the potential construction of a cell tower on town-owned property. This proposal presents an opportunity for the town to generate a new source of recurring, non-tax revenue. Our next step would be to engage a qualified telecommunications consultant to help determine cost, assess technical requirements, and review potential sites in the Great Hill area. The consultant would be hired at a cost not to exceed $3,000 and has worked with Verizon on other projects. After reviewing the financials of another cell phone provider in town, our estimates are that by building a tower in this area, the town could generate between $200,000 and $250,000 of annual available cash flow per year and pay for itself in 3 to 4 years. We'd like to move forward with the consultant and have a better understanding of projected cost and cash flow for the August meeting before going out to bid. Take any questions that the board may have.
Anybody have any questions?
They would be able to get this done in 1 month, their projections and,
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
We have a very good handle on projected revenue streams, depending on how many providers we would want on the tower and other neighboring towns that would also jump on our tower. So they would just need to look at potential sites and the cost for constructing the tower.
Are all the sites town-owned property?
This would be on town-owned property, yes.
So
Do we
is
have
it-
an, oh,
we have-
sorry,
Go
go ahead.
ahead.
What do we
Nope.
have for town-owned property then?
So,
It's gonna say, where would those sites be? Yeah.
Well,
Great job.
I mean, last time we had this proposal, I think.
You have schools, firehouses, things like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
We also have a big swath of land in the park, Gary Park, and
Gary
up in
Park,
that area.
right.
Yep.
and what is the cost for the consultant to the town?
Not to exceed 3,000.
So it
Seems
so-
like a no-brainer.
sounds like we've gone down this road before. We talked
We
to,
tried.
we have.
Like, what was that, like 10 years ago?
Oh, no, it was more than that.
Was it more?
12 or 13 years
already?
ago, yeah.
Oh, my God.
2008.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Oh, I was here,
okay.
So what happened with that? The
2011.
It kind of just
2011.
died, right? Kind of just fizzled out.
What
and
was the
went
big
somewhere else.
negative on that at that time? Do you remember?
I'm trying to think about.
No,
I-
I don't remember.
I don't think there was a negative. I think we didn't act quickly enough and they went somewhere else, no?
Waiting for my boss to nod.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Kirk, because I'm just gonna be sarcastic.
There was a lot of pushback from town entities not wanting it on their specific piece of property.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was an internal issue.
That's fine.
Got it.
Good enough.
I couldn't remember.
Not my say, but my only
Location,
ask is for the
location,
3,000, just not to have it be an eyesore where anybody is. It can look like a
Well, it would only
tree or
be,
something.
we're only going out to just.
I know we're going to, but find out, listen, the models, once they hear, make it look like a tree, if that jacks up the price, I wanna know.
I can't see them putting it in the middle of a soccer field.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just, what,
Sidelines are okay now?
sidelines are okay. What we're finding is that a lot of our towers are on other people's, right? And, we're paying for that. And we've had to invest and not just invest, we had to repair a lot and, we're not in charge of any rodents eating the wires that we have to repair if it goes down.
We have no control.
We have no control. And this is us being able to have control of our radios and communications.
and there's a revenue,
It's a great
So
revenue
it's a
stream.
revenue
Yeah.
stream
Yep.
and it
Tremendous
could be
revenue
cost
stream
savings as well.
opportunity
right,
on an annual basis, yes.
right.
Yeah.
But is there an upfront cost to the town besides the property?
So the
Because
three-
you said that, I
the
believe you
3,000
said
to
somehow
get to-
recouping.
So the total project cost to build the tower, again, just an estimate, somewhere between $300,000 and $500,000.
And who pays
So
for that?
The town would pay for that.
So the,
But we're
We're-
generating to about $250,000 a year, so.
right, but I didn't know what the number was and why, so
That's-
we gotta pay
That's what
for
he's saying,
the
we
tower,
Pay it back
and
in
then
3
hopefully the revenue pays the tower back within three
to 4 years,
3 to
depending
4
on-
years. And
depending on how
after
many
3 to 4
carriers you
years,
can
then
get.
we may realize somewhere between $250,000 a year.
Where we're gonna get somewhere between 2 and 250,000 once we have all of the carriers and whatever local towns on the tower paying monthly rent.
So is there a time period where our money goes to build this tower and we don't have people using it and giving us money for
Right
it?
off the bat, we will have Verizon on day one.
Day one, we will have
Well,
Verizon.
as Verizon's approached us.
Okay,
Yes.
that's, all my questions have been answered, thank you
Yeah.
kindly.
You're welcome.
No, hold my back.
So-
Good question.
Do you need a
Go ahead.
motion to spend the $3,000?
Wait, I think Bree had a question.
Oh, I apologize.
No, it's all good. Knowing that we got pushback initially, have we approached any of those entities yet?
Well, according-
Yes, but
yeah,
obviously that was a problem to
But he
begin with,
doesn't,
so.
they don't know exactly
100%
where
right.
it would go right now.
Not yet.
Because the study needs to be done.
Sounds like we have an idea though.
Not really.
Well, there's a few, you said there's like 3 or 4 different sites that
There will be 3 or 4 different sites.
he was talking about.
Yeah, I don't know anything further than that, other than the consultant would go out and let us know the potential sites and potential costs.
Okay, so we're just approving the $3,000, nothing else. We're not going, it's just to come back with a proposal.
A report.
And on the August meeting, I'll have all those details.
Because the next step would be, you would vote to go out to bid,
Yep.
to actually build it. So you guys could stop the process at any time.
And then we would know, I think with that report, where it would go.
We'd identify a spot, absolutely.
Or maybe more than one if there's more than one suitable spot.
From your lips to God's ears.
That's why I wore black today.
Attaboy.
Well, I make a motion to spend no more than $3,000 for the consultant to look into the town-owned cell tower.
Motion by Trish.
Second by Scott.
Discussion?
Thought I'd just throw it out there.
Thank you. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Noes? Abstention? Chair votes aye. Motion carries 6-0. Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you. Now, we do have discussion and possible action regarding the awarding of architectural and design professional services contract for the new Bungay Elementary School building and grounds. But co-chair Attorney Stanek stated we need to go into executive session for that.
Perhaps you can have a motion to add to your agenda, item 13, a second executive session for the statutes if you go in front.
So we could go 13, B.
I make a motion to add to the agenda, 13B, item number 12.
Well, no, you're adding to 13B, executive session regarding the awarding of the architectural and design professional service contract
not
for the
seven,
Bungay
12.
Elementary School building.
Item 12.
That's what he meant.
Yeah, but you have to say it.
You have to say it, though.
You
Try
gotta
and
say
say
Like
it.
to
the
add-
microphone wasn't on.
I'd like to add to the executive session, discussion and possible action regarding
No
awarding.
discussion and possible
No.
action.
No.
We
No.
can't take an
Oh, I'm
executive
sorry.
session.
Just say regarding.
Regarding the awarding of architectural and design professional service contract for the new Bungay Elementary School building and grounds.
Can I have a motion by Phil,
Second.
second by
Just-
Trish?
Just point of order, that included in the conversation executive session will be myself.
No, you don't have to, you have to
We
do
didn't
it.
go into executive session
Yeah,
yet.
we'll say that when
Oh,
we
okay.
Yeah.
go
We
into
didn't do it
executive.
We need to make sure we invite
Yeah,
Pete
of course.
Fred.
When we
Got
go
it.
into executive session, we'll do that.
Yes.
Motion by Phil, second by Trish, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Noes, abstention, chair votes aye, motion carries
And
six.
perhaps if you could skip over item 12 and go out of order and pick up 13, A and B next, and then go back to 12.
Well, that is going in order. So I can have a
Well, you're not
motion.
doing item 12, you're gonna come back to 12, just make it clear for the public who may be here. If you have to take any action after executive
We will go into 12.
you have to keep
Right.
12 on the agenda.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want people to think 12 is dispensed.
Right.
12 is not dismissed. All
I
right.
make a motion, we go into executive session to discuss 100 Prospect Street as well as the awarding of the architectural and design professional service contract for the new Bungay Elementary School building and grounds.
Two separate.
We have to go in and out of executive
Yes, we
session
do,
twice?
because we have to
Okay.
invite two different people.
Okay, so I'm making a motion, can we go out of order since these gentlemen are here?
Sure.
Is that okay? Make a motion, we go into executive session for the awarding of the architectural and design professional service contract for the new Bungay Elementary School building and grounds.
Inviting,
Inviting
co-chairs. Friends-
Kurt,
Go ahead.
your name's not Kurt. Inviting co-chairs Fred Stanek and Pete Kubik. The last name escaped me. I would have gotten it, Pete, I promise. As well as CEO Kurt Miller and our town attorney Brian Leclerc.
And all members of the Board of Selectmen.
I have to say that, and all members of the Board of Selectmen.
Select persons, that's it, select persons.
We're going into executive
We
session.
just
I
wanna
have
make
to
sure
say,
it's
we're
clear on
going
the
to be
record.
here. Okay.
Motion by Trish, second by Scott, discussion,
What was the motion, Trish?
all in favor?
Aye.
Please shut off your microphones.
Mr. Stanek, are you okay?
Yes,
For executive session.
for executive.
That's fine, if you want to add them, I don't think you have to, but you can.
Okay, hold on, I gotta read it. Give me 1 second, please.
You just note that the reason you're going into is the statutory reason, the last one in particular. 200.
In accordance with the Connecticut General State Statutes, Sections 1-231 small a, 1-225 small f, 1-2006 capital E, and 1-210 small b, 24, to discuss the awarding of the architectural and design professional services contract for the new Bungay Elementary School and grounds.
So, we already have a motion and a second and a vote. Is this another, or we just?
No, I just added that, Okay, all set? Mic's off? Well, mine will be off, yeah.
would you request?
Yeah.
Steve, you ready?
Love our crazy meeting. Okay. Tell me when you're ready, please.
I make a motion to come out of executive session at 8:32 PM, noting that no votes or decisions were made while in session.
Thank you. Okay.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second, motion by Scott, second by Trish, discussion? Oh, I'm sorry, Phil. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Trish, you wanna read the motion? You wanna read it?
The Bungay Elementary School Building Committee, acting by a majority of a quorum present and voting at its July 9th, 2026 meeting, voted to recommend that the Board of Select Persons enter into an agreement with Tecton Architects, P.C., 34 Sequoias Street, Suite 200, Hartford, Connecticut, 06106, to provide architectural and design professional services for the new Bungay Elementary School building and grounds. The committee respectfully requests that the Board of Select Persons approve and take necessary steps to enter into an agreement between the Town of Seymour and Tecton Architects, P.C., to provide the aforesaid services for the new Bungay Elementary School building and grounds, State Project Number 124-0058N, in response to the committee's RFP number 2026-01. Okay? Yes. Oh,
That's it.
that's it.
I think the motion should also indicate that the town of Seymour enter into an agreement with Tectron regarding the architectural and design professional services for Buckeye Elementary School, and that the board further authorizes the first select woman to enter and execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate the same.
Are you adding that, Trish?
I will make a motion.
Just say yes.
For
Just say
yes,
it.
with the correction of its Tecton Architects.
Tecton, not Tectron.
Tectron.
Tecton Architects,
Minor.
PC.
Motion by Trish,
Second.
second by Bree. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Noes? Abstentions?
Abstain.
Please note Trish's abstention. Motion carries 5-0-1. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can strike that from the minutes. Highlight that, make a point.
Leanna, did you hear that? Did you hear that? What?
All right, make a motion to go into executive session to discuss 100 Prospect Street for the bid review.
Motion by Trish,
And you indicated previously.
second by Bree. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Oh,
Who's
Oh,
gonna be in
it-
attendance?
Board of Select Members Kurt Miller and Town Council.
With our CAO Kurt Meller, Town Council Brian Leclerc present.
The aforementioned asset, Kurt Miller.
Oh, my God.
Depreciating asset.
I take back my second now.
I think you only said the first three letters.
Did you say ass?
He just said ass.
I think you said,
I did not say, I did not say ass.
I think he said ass.
Get your mic on, get ready to go. It's almost 9.
It's past my bedtime.
I need my fantasy team.
Where's Steve? Where did he go?
Steve!
Good Lord.
I got it. I'm on. It's the first time you ever quoted me right.
Scuba Steve.
Now you're leaving? Look, they're dropping like flies.
Where are you going? I think they already did.
Scuba Steve. Wasn't that like
Saving your water. No, not in ours. Not in ours.
Ken's buddy? Scuba Steve was the Ken doll buddy.
Ken doll friend?
Yeah, he
What's
was
that?
also in,
No, Scuba
what's that,
Steve
Adam,
was,
it was the Adam Sandler movie.
yeah, Big Daddy.
Big, yeah, there it is.
Oh, I'm thinking of the G.I. Joe
Scuba
doll.
Steve.
Scuba Steve.
What was it from?
Big Daddy. Adam Sandler.
Scuba Steve.
She done?
Thank you.
We didn't
Have
vote.
a motion to come out of executive.
Go.
I make a motion to come out of executive session at 8:52 PM, noting that no decisions or votes were taken while in executive session.
Second.
Motion by Scott, second by Phil. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Thank you. You ready to make your motion?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion, please, to authorize the bid for 100 Prospect to be accepted and awarded to Ms. Capello in the amount of $5,000, and to authorize the town attorney to negotiate and prep the documents to effectuate said transfer.
Second.
Motion by Al, second by Scott. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Oh, noes? Abstains. Please note Trish's abstention.
Gotta believe.
Okay. We did that one. Public comment. Look at Jason back there. He's
Name
like,
and address for the record, please.
thank you. Thank you, Phil.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Everybody's chipping in tonight.
Everybody's chipping in
Take Phil
tonight.
to work day, huh? He's filling in.
Take my kid to work day.
5 Stephen Street. I do own some property, 28 Woodside Avenue. I just, this has been a long, hard battle. I know it's been tough on both ends. And I just want to thank you for awarding me this bid and hearing me out. And I really appreciate it. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome. Have a good night.
Public comment.
Debbie Altiero, 37 Cold Spring Drive, Oxford. Thank you. I'm glad you put your residents first. 14,600 people. You did right by them. Thank you very much. And I don't think you're I don't know, you're just not going to see, hostilities, because you did do right by the people of Seymour. You have protected something that, a resource that you can never take back. You can never take it back, and you did good. Thank you.
Public comment.
Teresa Conroy, 177 Schoolcraft Street. I also would like to thank the board for making this very tough decision. When I sat on the board last year and it came before us, I was opposed to selling the land. I wanted to keep it as open space. I'm sure that the Capiellos will take good care of this property up there. It's important for the neighborhood, and I just want to thank all of you for all the work you did on this. Thank you.
Public comment. Going twice. Public comment going 3 times. Okay, no public comment. We will go to select persons' public comment.
Scott?
Thank you.
I guess I just want to say that I'm glad we finally put this to bed. It's been a long time coming with 100 Prospect Street. I think we've talked about it every month since I've been on the board. And I think we made a good decision and hopefully the townspeople will realize that, and we can move forward now. That's all I have tonight.
So,
That's it.
Trish.
Same sentiments as Scott, so I won't repeat them. Congratulations. Sports Hall of Fame, I was able to attend one before, and it was a really great night out. I'm going to be on vacation this year again. That's 2 years in a row. I'm going to miss it, but anyone who can go, I strongly encourage it. It's a lot of fun. And just for Bree and Al, for our next meeting on the 18th, 6:30, we're going to meet for the awards committee. Okay?
Sounds good.
Stephen, can
all
you
I
make
have.
sure you make an agenda for that one?
What day is that?
August 18th.
August 18th.
It'll just be a half hour before
Let
our
me just
regular
update
meeting.
it, because if
Yep.
it's out of my calendar, it doesn't
Yep.
exist.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, Alice, want me to skip over you, or you wanna?
You can skip.
Well, while you do that, you want me to come back to
Yeah,
you?
yeah, please.
Okay.
It'll just be a second.
Philip.
I want to bring up the fact that what Scott said, and that I think it was a tough road. Tonight, I feel very confident that you could go and trust the system, and we don't always agree or are happy with decisions, but hard decisions have to be made. I believe that taking our time, finding out the facts, doing our homework, and I think that the decision that was made was a positive one in many ways. And I'm really proud of this board, the way we interact, the way we discuss, the way we work together. I have a renewed feeling of accomplishment. I'm good.
It's short and sweet today.
Thank you very much.
I share the sentiments with Scott and Phil, and I want to say congrats, Joanne. I don't know if it was before the last meeting, but I was able to attend the ribbon cutting for Two Marquetta. When was that? A couple weeks ago?
A couple weeks ago.
If you haven't been, very, very, very cool little like bodega. Super excited. I brought my husband down for some empanadas. Their food is phenomenal. I think it's a great add to town. So, welcome to Marquetta. We're excited to have you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to say I'm glad that the board was able to make a decision that benefits our residents and also looks to benefit what we need to do in our town to keep moving it forward. So, and that's really all I have.
Thank you. Congratulations. It was a long road, very long road. A lot of fact-finding along the way, but this is what happens when a board and the residents talk with one another and they have communication. I think that last meeting we had is what really helped, being able to have the back and forth and answering the questions and asking the questions that needed to be asked. On that, construction has started on the train station and the surrounding areas, so that is going to be closed down until May 31st, 2027. So I really think that may affect the downtown trick-or-treating, but they may have to stay on one side, but it's definitely going to affect our Christmas parade that we have in that area. The train is going to be out from July 26th to June 2027. Construction on the tracks have started. The sidewalks and the ramps downtown have been completed. The handicapped accessible ramps have been completed. Public Works has been out painting the stop bars and crosswalks throughout the town. And the steam weeding, the state of Connecticut put in that whole Route 67, and they put in all those plantings in front of Mr. Jakimowski's building, in front of Subway, and they never came back and took care of it. And we have had some meeting of the minds with that, but our Public Works crew has gone out and they did steam. We don't use pesticides in Seymour. We use the steam cleaning to get down to the roots to take them out. So they did clean them. We're going to work with the DOT to make sure the maintenance continues on there, because it does look beautiful, but we don't want it to look ratty with all the weeds. Derby Avenue construction is finally completed, and they're finally working on the punch list, finalizing the punch list on Bungay Road. If you haven't driven down Bungay Road, you really should, but just be careful once Bungay hits West Church Street, because you could go flying there. As this board knows, we did hire a new assessor. Our former assessor resigned, so we did bring in a new assessor in. just so you know, we went back to the two other assessors that applied a year ago to that position. One denied and one accepted that position. So we're happy we have an assessor. October is our grand list has to be signed by October, so it was important that we got an assessor in right away. So we're happy about that. Early voting, August 11th is a Democratic governor primary. July 24th, registration and enrollment deadline, and Leanna's here, so I'm sure she'll correct me if I'm wrong. Mail-in ballots have started today, correct? So you can call the town hall and get the mail for your mail-in ballots. Just going to give a brief economic development. We'll do a full plan in August. Plans were presented to Planning and Zoning Board regarding the downtown hole in Seymour. The plans were for commercial on the bottom and apartments on top. We just found out 129 Main Street, which is Harula's coffee shop, just sold yesterday. Bank Street, what did I say? Main Street, Bank Street, sorry, thank you. I just sold Bacco's Garage, sold back in the early springs. We knew that was gonna happen. They took out the old tanks and they put in the new tanks. That's gonna be a gas station convenience store. The Glass Workshop has opened their second floor for some additional, workshops,
They're
which
very
is real,
talented.
they are. Seymour Antiques will be opening in the fall, hopefully, so they'll be back up and running. And I know there's somebody going in that corner lot, in front next to Boland's, and somebody is going in between the China House and Seymour Pink, and the China House is getting some work done on them. Just a reminder that there's a free community movie this Saturday coming up at Chatfield Park. We're showing The Sandlot. Also, the Culture and Arts is having the Silver Street Band at Great Hill Hose at 6 o'clock, and Citizens Engine Company number 2, Steak and Lobster Night, is also this Saturday at 6 o'clock, and tickets are, sale ends on Wednesday, correct? That's all I have. I hope everybody has a nice summer, stay safe. I know that it's been raining out there.